What's up you guys, it's your boy Hayden Horn, back in another video, and today we're going to be talking about these Florsheim loafers. Now, I've made a lot of videos about Michael Jackson loafers and especially the Florsheim loafers. As you can see, I've got not one, but two pairs of Florsheim loafers. And what I've noticed is that I have this common problem with them. And I don't know if it's just about me, but as you can see that I use these shoes when I dance, just point blank period, and also in my casual / formal attire. I mean, these are great shoes, but what I've noticed about these shoes is especially the soles. Let me get into it. Now, don't get me wrong, these are awesome shoes to dance in and especially to walk in. The quality is great, you know, leather soles, leather uppers, leather inners, as well as the rubber heel. I haven't replaced my heel with a leather heel. However, as you can see at the wear and tear, I love dancing in them, especially for like the moonwalks, glides, and all that stuff. However, what I've noticed is that the sole isn't that great, and let me get into it. Now, for these type of shoes, I don't know if it's just me, however, I try and use these shoes in a dry and moisture-free day / environment, because I've noticed that when you get leather soles, wet, they actually turn a bit yucky. And that because leather is, you know, animal skin, moisture tends to ruin it, and then once it dries, it kind of shrivels up a little bit. And what I've noticed is that when I walk in the rain or when it's raining after a gig and I'm using these shoes, is that the leather soles become wet, and then once I dry them, it actually peels off the sole. And what I've done just as kind of like a workaround is I just usually get super glue or shoe glue, and alongside the edges here, I just basically apply a lot of glue on them. But you know, for what it is, I shouldn't be doing this to a pair of shoes like this. And I know, like, as you can see on here especially, it's, you know, starting to crack, and that probably after another show or performance, it's probably going to split again, which is not good. But yeah, that's what I've noticed about these Florsheim shoes is that, yeah, the soles are really great for dancing, but with the usual wear and tear, the soles actually begin to split. And with these shoes in particular, the way how it's constructed is that the sole is stitched with the upper and the bottom, and then there's another piece of leather that goes on top to covering that stitch. I think maybe that's just for extra protection. But yeah, as I'm dancing, as well as the normal wear and tear of these shoes, I've just noticed that the soles always peel off, which is a bit annoying, and I have to use super glue. And also when I'm doing the toe stands and just doing moonwalking, on the tip of the toe right here, it actually is wearing out. And this is actually a problem when it comes to toe stands. It's because usually that this bumper toe has to be really sturdy, and that I've learned in the past that if you do the toe stand incorrectly, as you can see here, as well as here, you can actually get a really bad toe bruise. Like my most recent performance when I did the toe stand, I just spin and then I did toe stand and beat it. You can see the pain on my face. I actually landed on my toe, and that the next day I actually woke up with a bruise on my big toe, and it's finally healed. But yeah, it was just a pain in the ass, you know, walking around just with these Florsheim Como shoes, especially there is no reinforced toe. And even if there is a reinforced toe, it's actually kind of wearing apart, kind of like the sole bottom right here. But for these vintage Florsheims, I think these are like, I don't know, I haven't deciphered what model this is. It looks like a Florsheim Como Imperial, but kind of not really. It's a bit different in terms of the top. But yeah, similar situation. But the soles for these ones, they're much more thicker, which is really good. I tend not to glue these soles as often as the other shoes, and that the toe is actually really, really sturdy in a sense where the outer sole is way much more sturdy and thicker. And also on the toe box, these are actually reinforced toes, which is really good. So I can really slam my toes. Well, don't do that. But when I do a toe stand, I know that it's reinforced because I can actually feel that this is much more harder. There's like a toe box cap right here, which is much more stronger than the ones on the Comos. And on these ones as well, you can see that on the heels, there's a bit of wear and tear, but that's another thing that I really like about these shoes. These heels don't wear out as easily as other shoes. The only thing that I don't really like about these shoes is because it's a leather sole and it always just peels. Like leather soles, they're a characteristic of a high quality shoe, high quality made shoe, I should say. Great for dancing, you know, glides, moonwalks, etc. like that. But I've noticed that, you know, the leather just peels off, especially if, you know, if it's humid, changing temperature, even just after dancing, like practicing, as well as performing. I've noticed that the soles kind of peel off, and I always have to apply on super glue or shoe glue to fix them. But yeah, that's just kind of like my thoughts about the Florsheim shoes. Don't get me wrong, these are perfect for Michael Jackson dancing. It's just that one thing about the soles peeling off that really kind of like annoys me, so to speak. But yeah, those are my thoughts about the Florsheim shoes. Hope you enjoy, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch you around.